Bhagavad Gita, Chapter 2, Section 47. You have a right to perform your prescribed duties, but you are not entitled to the fruit of your actions. Never consider yourself to be the cause or the results of your activities, nor be attached to inaction. Wow. So it's all about not being attached to outcome. It's all about doing the work. You know, I feel like that's the approach I take in terms of writing music. That's why, like, I just put out my music. It's just out there, you know? I don't need to, I'm not marketing it. I'm just putting it out there. And I'm re recording stuff down the line. I'm going, ooh, that thing I recorded 2 years ago, I forgot about that. Maybe I can make that better. Maybe I can re record that. You know? There was a time I put a bunch of my stuff out on Spotify under Buffalo Traffic, and I've taken a bunch of it down. There's hundreds of songs that I put up there, right? And there's a lot of the songs I even forgot about, right? And then I was actually listening to the songs on Spotify out of order because I didn't have a premium account. And there's a song, it goes, it was just me playing with the guitar when the days are too hot, the nights are just perfect, la 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 la. And like, it had all these like lyrics that I wrote that I was like, wow, I could really turn this into a cool song. So I actually took an old song that I'd written, the chords from that song, where I was kind of over the lyrics because I felt like the lyrics were kind of egotistical a little bit or something, or they just didn't really fit where I was. But I really liked the chord pattern. And so I took those lyrics and I put them over that chord. And it became a very dynamic song that I really enjoyed playing. And so it's actually on the new record that I put out with Logan under Buffalo Traffic, under Boring Movies. It's called Driving on the Vine. You know? And that song went through like so many iterations too, actually. You know, I used to say dying on the vine, but then I just felt like that was too morbid. Dying on the vine and I feel fine. I almost felt like it was like a Nirvana type of song. It was like one of those kind of dark type of songs. First time I recorded it with my friend Jamie was the same day that I later found out that Brody Stevens, one of my favorite comedians, died. And the song I wrote about Brody Stevens also ended up on that last record that we did. So, like, it's like you put out all this, like, energy, you know, and you just don't know exactly what's going to beget what, right? You don't know, like, how much of your investment into Bitcoin is going to moon, or how much of that money you made from that job is going to help you in your travels. Or, like, say you're an actor, right? And you're, like, just waiting for the lucky break and you're trying to do extra work. But then you get some kind of job that you don't really like so that you can get good acting classes. And the acting classes propel you to success, right? Because of the networking, right? So was it actually was it just your talent? Or was it your ability to withstand that shitty job to get that money to get those acting classes, right? Because it's not just talent, it's about what you can put up with, you know. So, like, you know, and just making rational decisions in everyday life, you know. Because it's like there's people out there that have a boatload of talent, but sometimes the people with the most talent also have more depression issues, anxiety issues. So I think a lot of the people that get successful actually are more in the mid-range talent because they're able to kind of take their talent, but they also have a talent for, networking and being social. So it's actually, you know, I think there's a lot of people out there that get really bitter because they're like, I should be the one out on that stage or whatever. But you know what? It's not just about how good you are at something. It's also about how good you are at navigating, about pulling others up too, helping others people, because if you help other people, they'll help you, right? It's not just like I'm gonna sit here and be brilliant and then like the world's gonna open up for me. No, it's a lot more complicated than that. It's very karmic. Success is very karmic. Like my brother Joey, he's always been the most giving person I knew. Ever since we were kids, he was the one that gave his extra candy bar away. You know what I mean? Like when we were kids, he was always the most giving person. And, you know, he's done really well for himself. I feel like I was giving when I was a kid, and then like I sort of got hoardy. I sort of like, okay, I'm saving this money. I gotta, because of my insecurities and whatnot. But I don't think that being that way has actually been that great for me, and I'm trying to kind of unravel that and not be like that as much. It takes a lot of effort to change your old ways. I think it's partly like, even though I wasn't spoiled growing up, we weren't like have a lot of money. I think in a way, like being the youngest, sometimes your brothers or your older siblings and stuff, sometimes they kind of look out for you more, and so you have more of a margin of error where you know, like my brothers always like they'd take me out and they always paid, right? My older brothers, not my twin. Me and my twin brother, we're pretty like we pretty much pay for our own things. But like always with my older brothers is like they always treated me to stuff. And I just got used to that, and you know I really want to be in a position to give back, because I feel like I don't want to just be a taker. So anyway, I don't know. I'm just thinking a lot about that Bhagavad Gita quote because it's all about expending out energy and trying to put your energy into the right things. That's what's sometimes so tricky though, is you're like say you want to be an actor, you're like, I just want to act. I don't want to go work at blah blah blah. That has nothing to do with my acting. But the other thing is, how many times have you been at a job and you find some person to jam with at that job that you thought had nothing to do with your path? Or just somebody that you know, you relate to, somebody that, there's you just meet people. When I had Uber, man, I met so many cool people. I even met like Kurt Cobain's daughter. I met people in the film industry. I met this. There's this one lady. She's like, oh, she listened to my song. She's like, you have to submit that. That's a great song. Like, you never know where you're gonna get like your encouragement from. You know what I mean? So like, you know, sometimes you just have to take other jobs. The other thing is like, if you're a creative person, you got to have these kind of different experiences anyway. Like if you're all of a sudden an actor at the age of 20 and you never had other job. I mean, you do look at Leonardo DiCaprio or Johnny Depp. Those guys did start working as actors pretty young. And that's fine. But I sort of like, for me, I kind of like the grizzled people that have gone through more. And, I mean, I like, those guys are cool actors, but I'm just trying to like play devil's advocate here with them. But like I know as a musician, a lot of my song ideas come when I'm working some weird job or driving an Uber or, they come out of the blue sometimes. Like my song Zakara and Ocean came when I was driving a taxi cab, you know. And it was literally about a lady named Zakara and her son Ocean that were in my taxi car that I took to LAX. So, anyway, Bhagavad Gita 2:47.